I got to keep reminding myself not to be complacent. In the mountains, the weather changes so quickly. Mist and the cloud comes in, and suddenly your visibility is 5-10 meters, and you lose your orientation, your perspective of where you are. You can get cold, you know, rain and strong wind can come up.
My story for today begins in the cold and the rain. I'm in Drakensberg at a place called Mountain Splendor, and I'm going to be running with a somewhat familiar name on the trail running scene, Iain Don-Wauchope. So I guess I might be a little bit tested today. There's no disrupting Iain's training. Either you keep up or you're left behind. So Iain's got this thing where he runs like a cave, turns around, comes back to fetch me, and then runs up again. And my head's down, my legs are wobbly. And he's got a big fat grin on his face.
I can't understand it, he actually walks the whole way.
So that's how you do it, out in the berg.
So Mountain Splendor started out as a camping caravan park way back in 1980, or 81 we actually opened. I've subsequently bought the business from my parents. We've added a lot to it. We've started a bicycle shop, got bike trails, we've got safari tents that we hire out, and it has grown the business, but it's also made it very busy. And I know a lot of people come here, they come on holiday or come to have a look, and they think, oh man, this is like awesome. You just like, you know, what do you do all day? You can just go and run and explore your countryside. But whether you're in a city or out in the country, if you're running a business, even if it's in a beautiful setting, you've still got the same responsibilities, and you know, you can't always just pack up and go for a run or a bike ride. And I think that's where the balance is, spending enough time with the family, spending enough time on the business, enough time for training. That's, I suppose, the ultimate goal. And hopefully in the next few years I can dedicate a bit more time to not only our family but also to sport, and allow the business to keep ticking over.
So cool just running out here, completely surrounded in the mist. How's the patience holding up there, Iain? So Iain's gone ahead. There's no way to keep up with those legs. It's absolutely amazing just to be out here right now. This is what I can see. And that's it. Just a couple meters in each direction. This is so ridiculous. So you see this massive open patch. You just like, you don't get to see this kind of stuff. I'm feeling so rad right now. that is all I can see in front of me right now. So yeah.
You just need to be alert. You need to be in tune with your environment, looking around, and yes, taking in the beauty and the beautiful landscape you're in, but also paying attention to the wind, to the clouds, to the rain. What's happening? It's dynamic, it's constantly changing, and it's the same with yourself. You know, I find when I'm running, I'm quite happy running by myself, because you have to think about how you're feeling, how your muscles are feeling, your breathing, your heart, your head, your feet, your legs. So as much as you're in tune with the environment around you, you also need to be internally in tune with yourself. I find that's when I'm really loving my running and at peace. And you know, trail runners, explorers, people who get out there, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a special place to be in. I must admit, I've gone through phases in my life where I have focused very heavily on training and racing, and you actually become selfish and what training you have to do, what you're going to eat, and your life is centered around your sport. I think it is good to keep fit and keep healthy, but there's so much more to life, especially when you're married and have children. You know, your priorities change naturally. There's chemical, hormonal changes that just happen, and especially a mother, but even a father, that when you've got kids, your priorities change. I think we're at a point where we've dedicated quite a lot of time to our children, especially while they've been young, to the business, to get it up and running. But I feel just in the last year, me personally, I've been able to just focus a bit more and get a bit more training in, just get a little bit fitter, as a result be a bit more competitive. Yeah, it's nice to be in that position that, you know, that time you spent out there racing and training and the sacrifices you've made are paying off. And sometimes it's just that you've achieved the goal you set out. And certainly when it comes to media, you know, I'm not the greatest in getting myself out there. But I think that's a reflection of who I am. You got to do it for yourself. You got to have that inner peace and satisfaction of what you're doing. If you get the results and if you get the accolades, that's just a cherry on the top. That should just be a bonus. That, for me personally, that's what I'm aiming for.
There's Iain just doing his back and forths again. But it's a really special place, and I'm so amped just to have come out here, had a good chat, and yeah, really cool.